Actually rolled in. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm just getting settled in here. Do 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 do. Okay, that's the theme song for today. I hope you liked it. I'm trying to figure out which screen I'm looking at here. Let's see. I think it's this one. Oh no, this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, so this screen here. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so we're going to set up a website today, like we've been planning to do. Um, and we are going to check in on some other items, read the news as we do in the format for the show. If you're new, welcome. This is Sunkworks. That's right. Wasn't sure. Okay. Yes, it's Sunkworks. This is a sub series, a mini series in the Sunkworks episode series. Episode 22, part 5. How hard can it be? So, the actual goal of this series is to produce a website, which we have gone from part to part for a while because we haven't actually produced a website. But I believe we are live at this point now. So, okay. So, welcome to the show. So, we can begin. So, we are going to build a website, and we figured out what content we want to have on our website. So, we're going to do something a little bit different today than what we've been talking about in the previous episodes. If you will just do a recap here, real quick. We got a new, what do you call this, green screen thing here. This is great. So I get to do all kinds of fun things and emote on screen, and I get to have fun. This is going to be lots of fun. Okay, so, and also we have scenes. We've set a couple of scenes, so we can switch somewhat fluidly from presentation A to presentation B. So we have the handoff as not exactly the handoff that we had imagined, where we would actually switch user accounts. No, this is a different handoff. We're going into read the news, where over here we have. I have to switch back to B presenter style if I want to gesticulate at this stuff over here. All right, so that's get used to making these gestures here. Try and do it without my arm getting cut off by the end of the green screen. It's actually not the end of the green screen. We could probably extend the camera a little bit. That might be better for these scenes. But I'm not going to do that right now in front of all of you because I respect your time and I want to make sure that you get what you came for out of the update. So I want to make sure that everyone knows. Thank you to those who have reached out with questions about what's happening. I appreciate it very much. Bug Scrub is still on. In case you were concerned about that, but there is something that you should know here, and it's that we need to see the CNCF link here. I think there's a CNCF Zoom link on some of these. So there's actually 3 or more different bug scrubs, and I'm not sure that all of these links are good. That's the bottom line, but they actually do look good here. So it's been updated, I think. How did we say we were going to make? There's not really any mark here that shows it's been updated. So it's hard for me to tell. And I don't really have any idea what time this is. So what I would like to do in a future episode, not in this episode, is update the Flux website so that where you can go right now to find out the latest Flux meeting, or when is the Flux meeting, the next Flux meeting. Those are here on the website, so you can find that stuff here. But we're going to do a different, something different. We're not actually going to do the Flux website. I know we've been preparing to do the Flux website, but the Flux website is big and hard, and it's actually not a great example to start with. I don't think there's any blockers. I think we can come back to this example, but I do want everyone to be aware that this is the Zoom, this is the link you should use. So if there's a question about which link is valid, it's this one. And as you can see, the next meeting is tomorrow, not today. So welcome to join us. If you'd like to participate in the Flux development meetings, if you're a user, if you have questions, you're also welcome. But those are probably better suited for the bug scrubs, where we will have no developer focus agenda, no centric. We will have to see what happens. What I want you to find is that you can add these to your own calendar, right? Visit the Flux calendar here and click on subscribe to calendar here, and this will get you all of these meetings localized in your local time zone, and they should maybe update if we have updates. I believe that they do update, so that will be much easier than the meetup pages, because for me, I do not have visibility into all of these meetup pages, although it does appear that I am hosting them all. I do not know if I can edit them all. So if there's ever a change to the schedule, you'll find the change here. You may not find the change here, but we will do our best to keep them all updated, because we know that people come in through both channels. So, but I'm concerned that there is more than one link for the next meetup, and it seems like we may be split as a community if we don't get it right. So I'm not sure if that's going to be a big issue. But we will see. And as always, we are looking for maintainers for all of the projects. If you have an interest in developing for any of the Flux projects, please talk to a maintainer and show us your pull requests. So enough on that. We have seen the calendar before, I believe. And we have Xtism. I wanted to share this with everyone, but I'm not ready to yet, so we're going to come back to this. Yeah, okay, so what we've been working on here is called Simplest Commit B. And there are a few things related to this that we are going to talk about briefly. So this is what I'm going to call the batting average, and it's supposed to represent something like how good are we at estimating what we're going to do and how long it is going to take. And this, for me, this number is not, I consider this not very good. I would like this number to be a bit higher, but I think generally we can consider 50% and above a good number for something like this. Okay, so how is this calculated? What am I talking about? There is a spec which you can hopefully access still at this page. And it explains how this thing is supposed to work. All right, and we've built an additional layer on top of that so that we can keep track of how we're doing. As you can see, it's a bit of a flat line going into the holiday season, and that's not very surprising. Uh, but also, we're not really using this system for everything, so it's fair to say that this number is not really meaningful for anything, any purpose at all, because there's no contract to most of these. Some of them, perhaps, if I've shared one of these links with you, and what I mean is these links represent something that I said I was going to do. So here's a good example. We're going to have a status page, and I think it's going to be based on Vigil Server. And so I'm going to reset the due date for this, which I am free to do because I have not contracted with anyone to do this. So we're playing a little fast and loose here with the numbers, but that's okay because, like I said, no one really asked for this. I just said I was going to do it. And if we drop some things on the floor in circumstances such as this, it's really okay. So hopefully everyone will understand that the things that we have promised to do and not done, some of them are still on the list. I mean, they're still on the list, but bottom line, that's what this is for. It's a list of things that we would like to do that we have maybe not gotten around to do yet. This one I would really like to do. But they're going to get done in some order, or some of them will get done, and others will probably continue to rot. And as they rot, they contribute to the downingness of this number. And as we cheat like this is 2023. Excuse me, I didn't say cheat. Actually 2024 now. I have to get used to writing 2024. And we are going to try Vigil Server by Thursday. I think Thursday evening is a good due date. Okay, so we still have the potential to get a boost to our score for completing this. That is what this means. But when something shows up for the first time on this list, it goes on the graph here. So this graph shows not only promises, but also when they're completed. So we get a point for promising to do a thing, as well as we get a point for actually doing a thing. But they all go on one board here, and it's very much reminiscent of like an agile style project planning tool, I guess. So what I would like to do is make this a serverless application, because this actually is running Node.js process. And it does not need to be. It does have a database backend, however, which means that we need some mechanism for connection pooling to avoid the issues that you may see with serverless processes that connect to databases. If you're familiar with this issue, those things will probably all make a lot of sense to you, and if you've never tried anything serverless, then you may be wondering what type of issues there could be. That's the topic for another episode also. But so like I said, we are actually going to get to the end this time. Today we are going to have a functioning website that we create with the tools that we want to use to enable our serverless behavior, and those tools are WebAssemblies. So what we're going to post today is a PDF copy of my resume. That's what we'll do. And I'm going to be as transparent as I can, and I will tell you that I am looking for work, and I am interested in opportunities. If you have a need for someone who does the things that I do, I would like to talk to you. And so I also do appreciate the people who have already reached out, and I will get back to you in due time, I hope, as well. But while we're here, let's just be as clear as I can be without uh, breaching any um, professional etiquette, that I am talking about uh, leaving my job at WeaveWorks. I'm so I'm actively searching for work, but I would like to continue uh, the type of work that I've been doing, if at all possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and do as much as I can the same types of things that I've been doing. So, like I said, Bug Scrub is not canceled. We have all of the resources of the CNCF at our disposal still, and I believe that we will. I've probably said um, as much as I can say about that, um, but um, I am applying for a position at I am not going to reveal where I'm applying yet, but and there is a decent possibility. There is a uh, hopeful possibility that I will be able to uh, continue doing the type of work that I have been doing, but I don't want to prejudice anyone's opinion of whether it is a good idea to follow up with me on that. So please do continue tuning in. I'm fairly sure that no one is going to learn it here, but we'll we'll do everything that we can to maintain the confidence of the people who are subscribed, and those who are not. We will hopefully see you in the future as well. So it is time to go back to the other tab, I think. How did I get here? Okay, so I think like this page, what we want to do is to provide an output from here. This is what we said we were going to do. I believe it's here. Yes, this is a private repo because I don't really want to broadcast it every time I'm updating my resume, but I will potentially broadcast it again if I am ever updating my resume. I may have to let the world know. I don't know that there are two ways to read that sentence, but I guess there could be more than one way to read that sentence. So we're going to use a GitHub Actions workflow. And what we would like to do is to take this PDF and host it inside of a WebAssembly. And I don't know that we'll get all the way there today, but I do think that we have the stuff, the right stuff, already in a workflow somewhere. And I'm afraid that may be all the time we have for today. But I thank you very much to anyone who's watched any episode of this series. It's been a lot for me, and I appreciate you. And if you need any help, I hope you'll reach out to me because I I do love what I do, and I would like to help you with your issue. If you are a Flux user and you come to one of our channels, I would like to help you. So that's really all the time I have for today, and I am not going to. Um, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to try not to cry any more than I already have. It's okay. It's really going to be okay, guys. It's going to be okay. I'm looking right at the camera. It is going to be okay. All right. Thank you, and good luck.